Do you see me? Says I'm on. What it's worth. I don't know. I got to go into my videos. Yeah, it shows me live right now. Oh no. Got to go into my videos. Yeah, it shows me live right now. Whoa, that's loud. Oh no. Got to go into my videos. I got to turn the volume off on this. All right. Now I got the volume off on this. Well, hi, Whiskey Music. This is an adventure for me. So sorry I'm not looking at the camera. I got so much goofy stuff going on right now. I have no idea how many's watching. I don't know how they do this. And that battery's about dead on that, so it's not going to last very long. Anyway, I don't know. Oh, it says I got 4 viewers there, so I can see that at least. You guys will have to forgive me as I am unsure of what I'm doing here. We'll see if anybody else joins. For the people that are here, just getting started off, what I'm proposing to do is do like a mini Monday. And the thought is that I'll try a mini out of all these minis I got here. And I got a few more, but those I really don't want to open. They don't necessarily have to be Scotch. I have a lot of minis that are a lot of other things like Dewar's Highland Honey. I got a Weller's 7-year-old, an old Weller 7-year-old. Boy, you can't, it washes out bad in that light. Can't even see it. Got too much sun coming through that window. Anyway, if I got that, I got Navon. Anyway, what we'll do, is we'll try one of these. And tonight, I'll just pick one by random. In fact, I'll just have my wife come in here and hand me one by random. And we'll give it a spin and see what happens. But on the future ones, if anybody watches this, and this won't happen every Monday because my work schedule just won't allow this to happen. But on the Mondays I can make it work. I'll be happy to do it and just to kind of get out there, because I've never done but one live, and that was on with Ron Therio, and that was kind of fun. So anyway, and I'm glad to see you on there, Whiskey Music. Where are you from? I'm just curious, because I'm just curious. And then nothing too specific. A state will work. I mean, just I'm not interested in, I don't want to put you on the spot. Come here, baby. You'll be off camera. I just set it over there on the side. Missouri? Cool. Pick out one and just hand it to me. I don't care which one. All right. Oh, she gave me the Remy Martin 1783. And actually, she bought this. So she might have picked it out on purpose. Nope, says she didn't. Anyway, so we'll give that a spin today. See what it tastes like, if I can even get the doggone thing open. So I'm still at 4 viewers. Wow, there's a lot more there than I thought. Now, the Remy Martin 1783 is a cognac. I've had a few cognacs. Never had, let's say 1738, not 1783. This is a fine champagne cognac. I don't know a lot about cognacs. I do like some. I like the Courvoisiers. They're my favorite. I like them quite a bit. The Vsop as just a basic drinking cognac. I don't care for. There's a lot of them I don't really care for that I've tried. Hennessy, never cared for Hennessy too much. I've never had a high dollar one, so I can't speak to that. When I say cognacs, I mean VS and VSOPs is all I've really ever had. I do have a Courvoisier 10-year-old cognac, and it's actually an age-stated cognac. And I got it on sale, and I just seen it, thought that might be interesting. So anyway, we will wait a little while longer. We won't go too long with this because everybody's got a busy. Mondays are kind of a crazy day, and I might try doing this at a later time date. Right now, it's just working out because my daughter's still at track practice. So anyway, I'm not going to give a number grade or anything like that for this. This is merely going to be, do I like it? Would I consider buying it again? So I'm going to look over here because my screen is over here. Sometimes I'm just kind of curious how that looks. This is all just one big experiment right now. So get grapes, get light grapes. Light grape, plums, cherries, a little bit of alcohol. It's interesting. And the nose is very even tempered. It's not a. It has a very. I don't know what's the correct word to use. Smooth is not the word I really want to use there, but on the nose, there's no spikes, no ups and downs. It just kind of stays level on the nose, so it's really quite appealing. It's just a good, solid, even nose to it. Yeah, I do, Whiskey Music. I do. And I thank you for being here at least. It's nice. I appreciate it. We go to Missouri occasionally. I like to go to Kansas City, Missouri to Lucas Liquor. I don't go there but about a couple of times a year. But Lucas Liquor is just across the line of South Kansas City, the one I go to anyway. I really like their selections there. They got is like a department store of liquor. I mean, it's that big, but it's really a really pretty interesting place. Touch bit of alcohol burn, but it's a balanced alcohol burn. It's not burning all the way down. It's just a touch on the front part of the tongue a little bit. You get a little bit, slight bit of that burn. You get a lot of spiciness with this one. A lot of good spiciness. It's dark fruits. You get your stone fruits on here, your cherries, even a little apricot. Apricot, cherries, a little bit of plum, and of course the grapes. And it's really pretty good. Hey, drunken one. See, we are. I don't know what that place that what we have here specs. Oh, I'm sorry. We're doing Remy Martin. It's a Remy Martin 1738 fine champagne cognac. I had my wife pick it out earlier. And what we're going to do is, just so you can see too, I'll put it back out here. I have all these minis. And I buy a lot of minis because usually they're neat little bottles like this Michael Collins, Navon. They're all neat little bottles. I got a Glendolin 12 Singleton. I got something called Agua Coca Herbal Liquor, crafted in Amsterdam but it's from Bolivia. It says, grown and selected in Bolivia, cocoa herbal liquor crafted in Amsterdam. Have no idea where it come from. It's green stuff in a bottle. Jack Daniel's rye, Bird Dog apple. I've even got some Bird Dog jalapeno whiskey, something called Euler. What we'll do, and I got some nice tequilas here. I got a Patron Añejo. I got one of George Clooney's Casa Amigos tequilas. But every Monday I'll try to do this where I try one of these. All these are for trying because I'm never going to do nothing with them. The Don Julio tequila. So every Monday we'll come on here and try one. And today we started with the Remy Martin Cognac, the 1738. So that was the goal with what I intend on doing here. I don't know if I'll have a select, my wife select. There's a part, gosh, I can't talk. There's a part where I would like to see you guys at one point, maybe select a mini you would like to see on a Monday. And you guys could go out and buy it as well. And we could all try it together if that would work. But, you know, these are weird things like Zwack. It's a Swiss herbal liqueur. I have no idea. But I bought it because I thought the little green bottle is pretty doggone neat. And I'm a sucker for marketing. I'm the first to admit it. I don't run away from it. I mean, I like good stuff, but I think green bottles of liquor are pretty dang cool. So anyway, that's what I plan on doing. But today we'll just start with this one. And I don't want to run these too long. We've been on, tried to start at 5, and it took me a while to figure this out. My wife had to help me. So we'll run maybe 30 minutes, try to do something like that. So I don't take everybody's Monday up. I don't have no desire to do that. So anyway, the Remy Martin, even on the nose, we get a lot of dark fruits. As you would expect from a cognac, an aged cognac, you're going to get a lot of dark fruits. Got a little bit of alcohol burn, but it's not unpleasant in any way, shape, or form. And actually, this is very drinkable stuff. That's pretty doggone good stuff. I would consider buying a bottle of this, actually. I really would. My wife actually purchased this one. So, minis keep my channel going. Definitely a place for them. Oh, yeah. Yeah, they are. In Kansas, though, for instance, and I've discussed this on my Instagram, when you find a singleton, the Glendullan, the 12 there, it's very rare to find any single malt Scotch mini. I've got a Dalmore 12 in a mini, and I really don't want to open that. And also tell me, is this too loud? Do I need to turn it down some? Can anybody tell me? Oh, no, my wife don't like it. My wife does not drink. She bought it. I make her go into the liquor store every once in a great while with me, and she just thought it looked neat, so she bought it. She is not a drinker at all. Every once, okay, thanks, drunken one. Every once in a while, she'll have, a screwdriver. That's about it, with a little grenadine added to it. And if she drinks one a year, she's probably had one in the last 2 years. She's just not a drinker. And that's fine. Thanks, with no nonsense. Oh, that's true. You guys would have volume control too. But I got that little blue snowball speaker, and that thing kind of is wonky to me. And I'm getting used to it, but I'm still not sure how it comes across. So anyway, if you guys would like to see anyone particular next week, kind of leave a comment. And if it's one of these that I got here, and, I know you can't really see them all. Now, that's the old Glenmorangie, the old label, 10-year-old. And I wish I didn't have it so bright in here because the sun's really washing it out. I mean, it really is. It's horrible. That's the old label Glenmorangie there on the 10-year-old. I got 2 of these. And I'd like to compare, but I drank my other 10-year-old, so I ain't got that one to compare no more to the newer one. But anyway, any one of the tequilas that I've mentioned, and I'll go through them real quick, so we'll be real quick. We got Jack Daniel's Rye, which I really like. Every time I go into the local store, I always buy one because they're like $1.50 and they're really good. Bird Dog Apple Pie. I know you guys can't see the label, so you'll have to listen to my Bird Dog Jalapeno Honey, which I don't know. We've got the AGWA Agua de Bolivia, the coca herbal liquor. Now, on some of these, I prepared because I didn't know what my wife was going to pick. So in case it was really bad, I had some Big Bad Baptist Imperial Stout to follow it with. Exponential Series Epic Brewing. Because if it would have been something maybe like Zwack or something that was really awful, that would at least allow me to recover in some sense of form. Some sense of form, it would become a palate cleanser. I have the Singleton Glendolin. It's a 12. The Uller, which I don't know. It's Nordic libation. I think it's from Iceland. The Don Julio. And this one here is the Blanco. The Casa Amigos Blanco. Suaza Gold. That's a pretty common one. The Patron Añejo. The Dewar's Highlander Honey. I bought 2 of those. It's not too bad of stuff, really. This Navan Navan, it's a vanilla liqueur. It's a cognac, vanilla cognac liqueur. It's strange stuff. Michael Collins, it's a Irish whiskey, a blended Irish whiskey. I got the W.L. Weller 7-year-old mini, which W.L. Wellers ain't put a 7-year-old age statement on any of that in quite some time. The Patron Reposado, and I do like my tequilas more along the lines of Reposado. And Añejos are nice, but I like my tequilas not quite fully aged. I still like the bite of a young tequila, but I like just a little bit of aging to take the severe tones off the top of it, per se. It'll make it makes it much more better to drink. But I think sometimes some añejos I've had are too barrel influenced, and that just doesn't hold interest to me. I mean, I don't want to taste whiskey tequila in some aspects because a lot of them use aged whiskey barrels. And to me, it kind of takes away from the natural flavor a tequila has, from the agave, whether it be blue agave or any of the others that are done. And when you don't use the blue agave, it's not a tequila anymore. Usually this becomes a mezcal. And then they've got 3 types of agave that construct a mezcal. And I'm not going to go into all that right now. But mezcals are good too, but I've not had any minis of those. Zwack Swiss liqueur, which I assume is probably a lot like Jägermeister. The Glenmorangie 10-year-old, the original bottle. I've got 2 bottles of these, so we'll take sample one of those on here. The Carmenia tequila, it's a Reposado. Again, follow my Reposados. And I got a Glenmorangie 12. I bought 2 of these. Now, on some of these, you'll notice, especially on the Glenmorangie 12, how low the fill line is. And that's because they sat in that little store probably for, I don't know, several years. And if they don't control the heat in the little store, they tend to lose their fill levels. They just do. I mean, this one's even the same way, different store, different place, but you can see the fill levels dropped on it too. And then some don't. I mean, some come out of the same store and fill levels stay up. You check your bottle tops. Sometimes they're loose, but I've never really, I always check them before I buy them. If they are loose, I won't buy them. And that's just the plastic on that top slip, and it's not the top itself, the plastic liner. Anyway, back to you guys, what you're doing here. This is one of my old skillets I redo. I redo old cast iron skillets. This is a 20s. I don't remember exactly which one. I've got too dang many anymore, but has that fancier dimple patterns on the outside. You can still use it, but the inside's so pitted it's not, but it makes a cute tray or whatever you want to do with it. I know that's probably not very interesting to you guys, but it's just what I do. The jalapeno one sounds good. That does. Does your wife like that? Okay, we can do that. We can draw from the bag. That's up to you guys too. That sounds good. I can have her continue to pick them and hand them to me. That works for me too. Oh, seasoning cast iron drunken one, that's easy. It's time consuming, but it's easy. You just got to be patient. I buy a lot of old cast iron like this, and I know we're getting way off topic, like Bart and his board games, but I buy a lot of older cast iron at garage sales and stuff, take it home, clean it up with steel wool. Sometimes you have to use a grinder to get down underneath the surface rust. If it's rusted too bad, I generally don't buy it. I just bought this one because it's a fairly rare piece, and it only cost me $2. Most of them I never pay over $10 for. There's a few I have, but that's because they have an intrinsic value even far beyond what I'm paying. But no, cast iron's good. We cook on it at home all the time. We use almost cast iron exclusively, except my wife prefers her eggs cooked in her slide around pan. You can cook them in cast iron and do just fine. That's a myth. I don't have them stick in cast iron at all. But I got a heck of a collection of it. I originally started doing this to buy and sell what I could get because you could buy it cheap, refinish it, and people were getting decent prices out of reselling it. But I get attached. After you put enough work into it, you get attached to the piece. You don't want to sell it no more. Therefore, I've got an 1890 double gate marked 16-inch skillet in there. Don't know who made it, but when they're double gate marked or even gate marked, usually it's all pre-1890s. It cleaned up nice. It's got a little crack in it, but that crack's a surface crack. It's not through. It's awesome stuff. Again, I've went too far off topic. We're back to this. I don't want to keep you guys too much longer. So back to the Remy Martin 1738. It's good stuff. I like it. It's got a good flavor. It's not a whiskey by any means. But when you taste whiskey like what was that? The cigar blend. Oh, goodness gracious. Doggone it. Okay, I'll be right back. I can't remember the name of it, baby. All right, I kind of pulled a quig, but I didn't go there. The Joseph Magnus cigar blend. This has cognac, straight bourbon whiskey finished in Armagnac, sherry, and cognac casks. With this and the flavor in this, it allows me to establish when I try this what I'm getting. I've never had an Armagnac. Plenty of sherry, plenty of cognac now, but never an Armagnac. So I'm not sure exactly the differences there. But, oh, this stuff is good. That stuff is awesome. We can go from that to, for instance, this. Yeah. You can taste the flavors. I mean, you can get the cognac, and I'm sure it doesn't matter which one it comes from, but you can get that cognac by doing that. And I like doing this. I bought port to try with ports. I bought sherries. I've had sherries before to try with sherries. And it's good. It builds your palate. It helps you out. It helps me out anyway. You ought to see me go through the spices when I first started doing all this. I would go in there and I'd take a sip of whiskey or a smell of the whiskey to get my nose built up. And I'm kind of nervous doing this live, guys. So this is a lot of nerves trying to work through this. It's a lot different when I'm recording the videos and I'm just kind of talking to the camera. But then I got to look down and see you guys talking, and I'm trying to figure out what's going on. And it makes me very nervous. So anyway, back to what I was talking about. You can get your nose and just go through your spice cabinets. Go through your black pepper, your white pepper, your ginger. The list goes on and on. Nutmegs, paprika even, and just take a smell. And sometimes it takes a little while to get there. It took me a long time. So anyway, I eventually got there, though. I kind of like it. This is out of my House of Blues Orlando shot glass. Not something you would probably ever think of seeing anybody drink a Joseph Magnus cigar blend out of. I mean, that's a $150 bottle of whiskey. My wife asked me, she says, you know that one you've always wanted? Let's go get that for Christmas. And I had to say, yeah, I've already got it, baby. And she's in the other room right now, and she's got probably going, yeah, I've heard that before. But it's one of those when you find it, especially in rural Kansas where we live. I got this up in Manhattan. You just got to buy it because they very rarely will have over. They had 4 bottles there. They had a case. They got a case in which was 6 bottles. 2 bottles were already allotted to friends and the owner and the owner's friend. They had the other 4 on the shelf. I went back 3 weeks later. They're all gone. They were probably all gone within that week, to tell you the truth. The stuff is that good. Now, Bart's is a little better, and me and Bart discussed that. He has number 2, and this is number 4. His has got a little bit more richness and flavor and a little higher ABV. Again, we have digressed. We are here for the mini, not the Magnus. So, anyway, it gets easier, dude. Yeah, it does, I hope. I sure hope it does. Can tell you're a collector at heart. Some things, whiskey music, some things I collect, some things I don't. I actually drink all my whiskey. There's like 4 bottles I won't probably ever drink because they're just, I probably will, but it'll be for a very special occasion because just getting new ones is going to be, it's impossible. You can't no more. I mean, you just can't. And they're not even high dollar, high value items. One's a Bowmore 17, and it's from the early to mid 90s. Was when it was bottled. So when it was distilled was in the late 70s. So you're getting a whole different Bowmore than what you get nowadays out of that. And it's the same way with the that Grant's. I got a bottle of Grant's, and I know y'all are gonna probably think it's crazy, but it's Family Reserve. It's just the old blended whiskey, but it still had the Kansas tax stamp on it. They quit using the tax stamps in 1984. It was kind of a rare special find. I'm not in any hurry to open it. I don't know. It's a common whiskey. It's probably not even going to taste any better or any worse than any of the other Grants, but it's just kind of a unique find and a unique item. Oh, I got a Longmorn 15. They haven't made that since mid 2000s. Another one I probably won't ever open unless it's just right. Do I save the empties? No. I do if it's an unusual bottle. We used to save the empties because my wife tried to make stuff with the glass, but she got frustrated and that all came to an end. Me, I just toss them. I do like the little Glenrothes bottles, though. I think they're just unique, and you can find ulterior purposes for that. And I shouldn't be itching my ear on camera like that, but anyway. All right, guys. Any other questions for me about anything? I'll try to answer them if you do. Would I buy the Remy Martin 1738? I think I already said it earlier. I think I would. I think I would. It's definitely a good cognac, as far as I know, and my limited knowledge of cognacs. It's a good cognac. So, would I buy Joseph Magnus again if I can find it and I haven't bought something else? Heck yeah, that's good stuff. Oh my God, that's good. That is as good as this is. This, I haven't done a review on this, so guys, I got to sit down and do a review on this. I have lost my comments. My tablet just died, so I'm not going to be able to see your comments now. So I don't know if I can see them on here or not.
What is the price of normal retail?
For which?
Probably the Magnus.
For the Joseph Magnus. Oh, my wife brought me hers. For the Joseph Magnus, the price of normal retail on that is $150. I've never seen it any cheaper, and it's never more expensive. It's always been $150, no matter. That's what I know. Bart and Scott, I'm pretty sure, paid for theirs there, and I've only seen it twice. After I bought this bottle, I seen another bottle in a liquor store in Wichita, and was the exact same price for a number 4 like this. But the Remy Martin 1738, as far as the price on it, I think this mini was like $6 or $7. I can't tell you. $7.50. I don't know. I've never priced much cognac, so I've really never done that. This is not, the minis are not something I'm really going to research a lot. I'm just going to try and see if it's worth the heck. So yeah, the regular Magnus is $100, and I've never had. Oh, I take that back. Bart did give me a taste of his. He has a bottle of the regular Joseph Magnus bourbon. I tried that too, and that was good. That was good. But the cigar blend just, and I don't smoke cigars. I don't smoke at all. Never have. But there's something about that just is so much better. It's a depth of richness that's there. So anyway, they're out there Santa Cruzing. They're out there. They're just hard to get and hard to find. They have one called a Murray Hill Club too. The Murray Hill Club is the Murray Hill Club. It falls in that same $99 category. So, and I've seen that a few times. It's really actually more plentiful than any of the other. But I do see the Murray Hill Club, and I do see the bourbon, the Joseph Magnus bourbon frequently. So I don't know where you're at, Santa Cruz, and so I wouldn't know which state that is. But I know it's like that in a lot of places. I mean, I know a lot of people talk about, and I'm just going to run off the rails a little bit with this, but the Weller's Antique 107. Some of the things I see on Facebook, now I take a lot of that with a big grain of salt because I really don't care for Facebook that much. But the 107 Weller's, I can get all day long here for sub $30. I mean, it's and even the 2 Weller's 12s I bought have both been around $35. I mean, yeah, California would be more expensive. You're right. But then again, I watch Working Man's whiskey reviews, and a lot of the prices you guys pay on the regular stuff is $2 to $5 cheaper than we find here. Some of the things, like some of the Evan Williams, on some of the prices he got there, are about $2 to $5 cheaper than what we get here on a lot of, like Evan Williams, your basic lines of a lot of basic stuff. So, but I always thought that was probably a supply and demand thing, because California is a much bigger market than Kansas. I got an uncle that lives up in Red Bluff, California, south of Redding. I need to go visit him. I drove through there 3 or 4 years ago, and it just didn't work out. I was on my motorcycle, and we were flying through, and he wouldn't answer his phone, and I was scared to stop because I didn't know if he was home or not. So we just buzzed on by. But I need to make a conscious effort. Next time I call, hopefully he'll answer. I like going to California. It's kind of neat. It's pretty, especially northern part around the redwoods. I enjoy that part of it. Well, guys, I think I'm probably going to get off here. We've been on about 30 minutes. I don't want to keep you all from your evening. I know it's early. This is an early time. So I appreciate everybody that showed up, and thank you for your comments. And I'll say, like I said before, this won't be an every Monday thing because my work schedule, there's going to be Mondays I'm going to be out of town working. On those days, I'm not going to be able to do it. But every Monday that I'm in town, I plan on doing this. We'll just have fun with it, you know. You kind of got an idea if you rewatch the video, if you came in late, which minis I got. And go out and buy a bunch of minis. And if I pull the right one out of the hat and you guys do too, we'll all drink it together and have fun and talk about it. With that, I'm going to sign off here. I'm going to use my usual sign off because it's important to me, because everybody should take it easy. When you drink an alcohol, listen to me, talking like a hick again. When you drink alcohol, and I'm college educated, and I interrupt myself. When you drink alcohol, you should always sip and enjoy it and take your time with it. When I was younger, like we all did, we all guzzled. Now I'm at the age now where it's a lot nicer when I sip and I enjoy. So with that, remember, the spirit in your glass isn't running from you. Take your time, sip and enjoy it. You all be better for it. Everyone have a good evening. Now, if I can figure out how to shut this thing off, that might be a challenge within itself. Because I don't know what I'm doing. My wife had to do this for me. All right. I think I'm offline now. What was the most people I had? I didn't see. Okay, guys, I'm done.